Yoga fam, I've got a question. Have you ever been curious about the solar plexus chakra, Manipura? Have you ever wanted to understand how you can balance and optimize this energy center? And then have you found yourself searching for lifestyle tips to start that healing process? Well, I've got you covered. In today's video, we're going to discuss all of this. So bust out that journal, find a writing utensil, and hey, if you're not officially part of the yoga fam yet, click that subscribe button and bell so that you're notified every time I post a new video helping you practice yoga both on and off your mat. So what you're about to learn today is the same information, teachings, and principles that I share with hundreds of members inside the Body, Mind, Soul Studio and at our biannual Body, Mind, Soul Detox Challenge. During that challenge, we really help you build a holistic yoga toolkit so you can break free from that self-defeating BS and reclaim your wholeness. Essentially, teaching the chakra system and holistic yoga is kind of sort of my thing. But if you're new to the chakras and you're like, what is this woman talking about? I want you to watch these videos here and here that will introduce you to the system at large, as well as journey through these 2 chakra challenges here and here that are available for free here on my YouTube channel. All of these are really great ways to begin your on and off the mat yoga journey with me. So please take advantage of these resources. To get started, I want us to first meet the solar plexus chakra and learn the basics. This is where you're going to want your writing utensil and journal. Now, the Sanskrit name is Manipura, and this translates to lustrous gem. The location is the upper abdomen. So you want to think between the navel and the sternum. And it also includes the digestive organs, the digestion organs, which in yoga psychology represents transformation and assimilation. The element is fire. Doing is the activity. This is your ego, identity, and it's your right to take action. Also, the color is yellow, which is why I'm wearing this yellow shirt today. The purpose here is to really develop our personal power and will. And the goals are strength, direction and purpose, self-discipline, self-esteem, and mastery. And the wound or shadow is shame. Now, why would you and I need to heal our solar plexus chakra? And how the heck does it get out of balance anyway? What's really influencing the system here? Well, we can think of the chakras as these vortexes or hubs of energy or spinning wheels that exist within our subtle body. In yoga, this is called the pranamaya kosha, and they really act as the managers of our energy and process internal and external experiences that we've both had in the past and are currently having. And then based on the work that we've done, our attunement or capacity to process that energy, the chakras then shape our physical, emotional, and mental bodies. So they really animate the physical, emotional, and mental realms or sheaths. And they typically, chakras operate in 3 states. So 1 balanced, 2 excess, and 3 deficient. And as we can all guess, balanced is the aim. Deficient or excess states really start to develop as coping or defense mechanisms based largely on our childhood conditioning, programming, and experiences that were repeated enough that they've now become our adult ways of thinking, feeling, and being. When we work with the chakra system, the goal is to understand, okay, what state is my solar plexus chakra in, if that's the one we're focusing on? Process, why is it deficient or excess or oscillating between the 2? And then make lifestyle adjustments to regain neutrality, to come back to the midline, or operate in a sattvic balanced state. So with this information, let's start with balanced solar plexus chakra qualities. So we know the direction we're heading, or we know the qualities that we're already doing. So a balanced solar plexus chakra or Manipura chakra looks like this. Number 1, you have mastery over your personal power and will. Remember, those were the goals of this energy center. You really know and honor honor your energetic capacity and you're able to manage this internal flame. Remember, the element is fire here. So you're able to manage your internal flame appropriately, aka you're not underpowered, but you're also not burning out. There's like a really fine line to that. Yeah. You're able to also practice consistent, steady discipline and really take imperfect action without fearing failure or thinking that this is going to implicate my identity. Remember, this is our ego identity. You've also got a strong sense of purpose, direction, and a healthy sense of self-esteem or confidence. And when the wound or shadow starts to present itself, you're actually able to see it. You're able to name shame and soothe it away by using productive techniques like your yoga practice, right? Like the physical postures, pranayama, meditation, and many more. Those are the balance qualities. Let's look at deficiency now. So deficiency is when a chakra is contracted inward, it's offline, or it's hanging back, so to speak. And these are teachings from 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and Ashley Turner, who I've trained and studied with. So when we're deficient here, there's a lack of fire, which then leads to us avoiding challenges, especially ones that are going to risk personal exposure. Okay, so again, there's a lack of fire and we avoid challenges that are going to potentially expose us. We often find ourselves playing safe, following the rules, letting others lead, and ultimately this leads to resentment. This is your ego identity. So you find here when you're deficient that a coping mechanism that we employ is often avoidance strategies because there's a poor sense of self-esteem. And other signifiers are a weak will, feeling passive or sluggish, and a loss of intrinsic motivation. Not just like randomly, but all the time or very regularly. And finally, shame, which is the solar plexus shadow, is the dominating influence here. So do any of these deficient characteristics resonate with you? For me, it's the avoidance of challenges to not risk personal exposure. So there's things I really want to pursue, and there's this imposter syndrome or inner critic that keeps telling me, no, that's too risky. Don't do that. So what about you? Let me know in the comments which of the deficient qualities possibly struck a chord with you and you feel like they're implicating your life in a less than ideal manner. So those are the deficient characteristics, but how do we bring something that's deficient, contracted, hanging back, offline, back online, and into the midline, right? What are the lifestyle suggestions that we want to start to employ? Well, again, fire is the element. So we want to build energy slowly like a fire, exactly as we would build a fire, right? We would take our time. We would build up the capacity for heat, which means we want to choose acceptable challenges and not go ham or all in, and really allow ourselves to practice patience and take our time. And we can do this by sticking with routines that really help us steadily build up our willpower. A yoga tool that I love is practicing breath of fire to override that lethargic, heavy, or sluggish energy that we might be feeling, that loss of intrinsic motivation that I mentioned. We can also start resistance training to build strength, resilience, and confidence. Another one I love is to join an uplifting community that's going to inspire you and embolden you and motivate you to take imperfect action and really risk that exposure that comes with things that are really important to us and matter. A community like the Body, Mind, Soul Studio. You can also choose yoga practices like these ones here, 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 and here on my YouTube channel. And all of the all of the tactics that I just listed are going to bolster your self-esteem, bring your personal power online, and help you really soothe away that shame that tends to get in the way. So that was deficiency. Now let's dive into an excess solar plexus chakra, or one that's too online, too overloaded, and too hot, right? Again, fire is the element, heat, personal power. So when we're excess, that internal flame, it's on overdrive, right? We're really making things happen by sheer will or force. And as such, our energetic capacity and resources get burnt to a crisp. And we're often operating on fumes because there's just no gasoline left. Anyone else resonate with that? So when we're in this excess state, the entire system, body, mind, and soul, are incredibly undernourished. Other excess signs are that we tend to be constantly active and we really bolster our ego with busyness, which only then creates a false sense of personal power. Again, anyone else resonate with that? Bolstering your ego with busyness. We can also be controlling, aggressive, or dominating. In extreme cases, this looks like bullying. And in less extreme cases, there's often micromanagement happening. Finally, this goes back to that bolstering the ego with busyness, but it really is a mask for a false sense of power. So finally, the body may look grounded, strong, or resilient from the exterior, but the spirit, that essence within, isn't. How do we calm down a fiery solar plexus and bring it back into that sattvic state? How do we begin to heal here? What are the suggestions? Well, you know, I'm going to give them to you. So we have an abundance of energy when we're in excess. And so we want to reroute this energy into other energy centers or chakras that are in need of this excess power that's available to you, but being channeled into the wrong area or arena. And the more you learn about the chakra system, the more you'll be able to understand, like, okay, I actually want to send it here or there. You also want to allow yourself to relax, let go of control, and really have downtime with no agenda or goal. This is a difficult one for me. You want to create and uphold boundaries to really preserve your energy and guard that energy like a mama bear would. Another really great tactic is to define your must-do actions to avoid the tendency to misuse that precious power that's available to you. My husband always recommends choosing 3 really important things that you'll tackle each day. Another great thing to think about on your mat is choosing gentler yoga classes, like these ones here, 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 and here, and practicing Dsatali pranayama to calm and soothe your body, mind, soul complex. And I love this mantra too, reminding yourself, I am enough, I did enough, I can rest. So I am enough, I did enough, and I can rest. Okay, we did it, Yoga Fam. Let me know in the comments which solar plexus state you most identified with. So are you rocking it in a sattvic balanced state? Are you mostly resonating with deficiency or excess? And then which of the healing suggestions do you want to start putting into practice? Really choosing 1 to 3 key suggestions to work towards, right? Again, we don't want to go ham, all in, and burn out in the process. So if you enjoyed this off the mat lesson, I'm really going to recommend that you download my yoga reset guide. It is a 7-step journey through the chakra system to help you recenter your body, mind, and soul, but also to start building your holistic toolkit that I mentioned. It includes on the mat asana classes, energy aligning exercises, chakra mantras and affirmations, and self-reflection journal prompts. It's really an approachable way to begin to work with the chakras today. So details to download that yoga reset guide are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this off the mat class, please let me know by giving this video a like, leaving a comment, sharing what you learned today. And then of course, by officially joining our yoga fam by hitting that subscribe button and bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video, helping you practice yoga both on and off your mat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking notes. Thank you for wanting to go beyond the pose. And as I always say, now the real work begins, fam. We're going to take what we've learned here today off the mat, off the screen, and into our daily lives.